Single out. Love it. Boundary. First 10, first ODI. His number was 62 for 2. This time, just a little less than that, 51 for 2.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ। आपके पास हर रीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ। इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Tadinho dele.
Much more sedate start from Sean Williams this morning. Just really came out attacking the first ODI. There is a shout and appeal. Caught behind Hopeful. At best, Zimbabwe 66 for 3.
जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है कि अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Projections looking at 236, I think, for Zimbabwe, how they went in the first ODI with a lot of starts. They'll be like to capitalize on that and try and get close to 280, 290, maybe 300. They'll also have to contend with Pakistan being able to adjust their bowling lineup and also give a phase of the game to the bowlers. And then to look to maybe capitalize in the latter part of the innings, which they didn't do the other day. A little bit of confusion on that occasion. Good morning for the first time today, Tina Mawoya.
Morning, Ed. Good morning to all the viewers who have tuned into this telecast. Just talking about the pitch, Ed. Certainly so far, haven't seen the turn that both sides would have been expecting because of the way this surface looks compared to the pitch that we played on 2 days ago. So the 205 that was required, which ended up being plenty plus, even though we went to the Duckworth-Lewis Stern method to get a result, won't be anywhere near enough today. They've got to look to get to about 300, Zimbabwe, the way we've seen the surface play.
Is that an edge? Yes, it is. They pick up number 4 to Pakistan. Samanaga, could this be his second? It sure is. It looks that way.
Yeah, definite sound. And it will be the 4th. I don't think this has deviated too much on the surface. Not really. It's Craig Irvin who's pulling himself leg side of the line of the delivery. And he's looked pretty good for that 18, but he has to go. 68 for 4.
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ। जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
$68 for 4. Some trouble here for Zimbabwe as Sakanda Raza makes his way out into the middle. Vastly experienced, a real match winner. 144 matches.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ। जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ। The back foot's gone nowhere. It's just the front foot that he's tried to move away to open up to get more room to hit the ball through that offside. But if there's somebody who can pull Zimbabwe out of the mud, it's these two. Zimbabwe. his two most experienced players in this format. Sikandar Raza, you saw his exploits with both bat and ball.
Yeah, in fact, the run out between the two openers, and then starts, and then wickets that fall. And there's the tail of the fall of wickets.
That's how the wickets have fallen. All in quick succession. Difference between those wickets between Marumani and Gumbi before the run out. And there you go, that's the first one-day international. And look at where the big numbers started to come in. 39 from Raza in 56 and 48 from Garawa in 52. That partnership is what got them a respectable enough total on that surface. You're not going to expect to get a 48 from one of the lower order batters all the time. So extremely important that Raza Williams realized that and put together a proper partnership here.
Some children coming through the gates now. Getting close to schools closing, the holidays setting in Zimbabwe. So find that we'll have a good population, a good covering of school kids coming into the ground. Lovely to see, good to see some of these world-class players.
Well, it's a special day for one of our camera crewmen today, LT. It's a very
members of the side and what they have on offer, just like okay. End of the over, 74 for 4.
खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं, इट वर्क्स।
That run rate has just fallen away a bit. As many tall buildings as we saw in the first 10 overs. What's good from a Pakistan perspective, 2 wickets in the first 10. Some degree on Zimbabwe here. And that's what happens, really, Tino, from a batting perspective, how you approach the next phase of the game.
Dion Ibrahim, former Zimbabwe international himself, opening batter. Got a lot of internationals. Now the batting coach. Good to see him having those conversations with young Gumbi. On away, coached for a very long time in New Zealand. So
yeah, for just a moment, hasn't quite hit the meaty part of the bat. It's high up onto the stickers, no timing. Question for you, Tino. It's interesting. You go to Dion Ibrahim, and obviously everybody else that's in that coaching staff. How much time do they need as coaches as they come into a new environment? All have different ideas before they settle a different thought or direction as a team.
that's a good question, Ed. I guess really. On when they come in, what's the schedule like, how much time they have to spend with the players off the field, because I think off the field is really where you get to convince a player about changing a batting technique, if it's that, or their bowling technique and grip, or getting them to buy into the manner in which you want them to play. Look at that, Justin Salmons, former batting coach for the Proteas, now the head coach for Zimbabwe, having a conversation about technique with Dion Myers. I like to see that.
I'm glad we've gone there. Thank you, Mr. Director, and yourself, Tino. And it elevates my next part of part of the question that I asked you. Is it the right time to be going through that now? In the middle of an international right now, do you allow the player to walk away from the game, free his mind up, and then revisit it?
Again, that depends. And I think more so on a player. When you see that shot, you can see that Dion Myers is listening and is buying into what the coach is saying. So that is probably just an alert to the mind. You know what you can think about, Dion? Think about playing that ball in this manner as opposed to what happened. But we'll do the technical work and the throwing of the balls and all that stuff technically in the nets. And probably not tomorrow because we don't have enough time. He's talking about there. Dion Myers has kept himself closed off. And that's why he couldn't get the bat coming down to hit the ball down to long on, which is what he was trying. And quite clearly you could see in that explanation from the batting coach, the team coach, I beg your pardon, was try and get that front foot out the way so that you've got access to the ball.
Yeah. Good work from everybody downstairs. Sort of link that up, and for you back at home to maybe understand the differences of sides and personnel and coaching techniques and thoughts that go into perhaps learning, readjusting. I prefer to be left alone for a couple of days.
Four. Sean Williams has controlled that beautifully. Got onto him a bit quicker than he thought, but rolled the wrist quite nicely on the point of contact.
First boundary after 7 overs. Yeah, nicely played. Good control, as you said, and also using the pace of the delivery.
It's just one ball to go, Ed, before drinks, but we'll come back to this conversation because I like the point you made. I prefer to be left alone, and that's why in response to your question, is that the right time? I said it depends on the player.
End of the over. 9 off that over.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Sense time and cut it those.
Brush karo, brush karo, brush karo, brush karo dinara.
Sensodyne kids in minute. Must go the casa pacho.
Cavities tool bhagaye. Huए है strong.
खुल के करे हम जिगल all day long. Brush karo, brush karo, brush karo.
Sense time and cut it those.
जैज के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स
First game and again today, and that was the dismissal of Gumbi. Just played around one. Dion Myers. The dismissal we've just dissected earlier on. The outside edge of Craig Irvin taken by Salman Aga. Opened up with the debutant and spinner, Abraham Ahmed, a wicket to him. The other two to Salman Aliaga. 2 for 15 in his 5 overs. And a very different looking scorecard at this stage of the innings for Zimbabwe as opposed to a couple of days ago. Pakistan will be happy.
Yeah, the jacarandas, they're beautiful at this time of the year. They actually probably come into the back end 2 previous months. October and September, that's when they're absolutely in their beautiful full bloom. So the players have enjoyed some refreshments, different conversations, maybe just to rest the mind. Now time to re-engage. I'll tell you that over rate by Pakistan has been very good, mainly due to the spinners. They opened up today with the spinner. I'm going to start things off.
Not a bad option from Raza. That one you can see what he's trying to do. No 45, there's a square leg. Just trying to get it as fine as possible. And I like this tactically from Aga because it forces Raza, if he wants to get that single, to play across the line. That second delivery, he could easily have punched through that gap had square leg not been there. Again, he's kept him on strike for 3 deliveries now. Raza's thinking, where am I going to get that single? And because there's a square leg now just in front, the mid-wicket can go straighter. The gap to long on is closed.
It's actually quite interesting as you said that, because Aga then just moved Abra, who's in middle, a lot wider, and he's pushed the ball a little bit wider just to say to Raza, try and maybe hit with the full face of the bat. And that's perhaps a poor delivery there, because the plan was coming together quite nicely there for him. The pressure was building.
You can see the gesture from himself. Frustration at the fact that he didn't get that ball where he wanted it. But you look at it, 5 balls into the over, 1 run, and Williams to face 1 ball in the over. He'll take that.
This one off that over off the drinks. It's 84.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Much warmer day today. A few clouds have started to roll in, but isn't a great chance of rain today. Maybe at the back end of the day. It's just been lingering around, and it will all week. Jamal back into the attack from the airport end. That was prior to the drinks break. We're talking about the different methods of communicating with your players, and I think what we've sort of forgot there was that Dion Ibrahim was talking to Joel Gumbi, and then Justin Sammons is then talking to Dion Myers. So there's a great deal of hands-on approach to the discussions, and one seemed quite relaxed, the other one was a bit more animated. Heaved, lifted. Oh, opportunity put down. Yeah, nowadays you'd say that's a chance on the boundary. How good these players have become. And also because he gets a hand to it. Big opportunity there for Pakistan to see the back of Raza. Changes to EODIs from using the balls perspective. After 25 overs, they will start with 2 new balls, and then And the talk is that perhaps to try and add a different dimension to ODI cricket is that you have to start with 2 new balls, and then after 25, you pick one delivery that's in slightly better shape to bring the bowlers in to the second half of an ODI. It's not fully implemented yet. So you think to yourself now, as a bowler, I can get reverse swing again, can't I? Which we've sort of dissipated from the game over the years.
Yeah, certainly. I think the move from the lawmakers at the time was to try and help the bowlers, give the bowlers an opportunity with 2 new balls. But as you say, it then doesn't give those 2 new balls enough time to get scuffed up and to be able to reverse swing the ball. That's why those discussions are going on. Be interesting to see how far we'll go with that. 20 gone, 91 for 4.
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं, इट वर्क्स।
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
38 and 23, the best so far, the partnerships. Down the ground, all the way for 6. Raza getting into his work now.
Yeah, this is good. Calculated from Raza.
much consistency from him. I think that's what will disappoint him. No run.
Yeah, what is noticeable when he's bowling around the stumps to a left-hander, when he's looking to use that natural angle as he's a slinger, he creates too much of an angle, and that's why he's worked easily on the onside, and then he tries to compensate by trying to take the ball away from the left-hander, offers a lot of
He was very good indeed for a first game at this level. Very mature in the way that he executed his skills. Show the wrong and too early and too often. Just banked his natural skill set, his bread and butter, wrist spin, turning into the right-hander. There's a variation in pace as well that we saw later on that done a couple of the Zimbabwean batters. 3 for 24, he'll be full of confidence. Wanting to follow that up with a good performance.
bit of turn. Not an easy line of land, especially a left arm bowling over the stumps for the right-hander to deal with. Good delivery again. Falls into a nice rhythm straight away, the left armer.
It's not an easy thing to do. Shows you there's confidence. Fine off on the next minute will be a little bit quicker through the air. The first over, just a fine little line and length. But he's been flighting them up, turning them the first three. Sense early on in the innings, Bennett is feeling the pressure here. 3 dot deliveries, couple of inside edges, squirting to the leg side. He knows that wrong one's coming, the one turning away.
Finally found a way how to deal with the left arm wrist spinner. Fetch the ball from outside, the off stump. That is a dated line.
That's a good option, very good option. Gets the turn, gotta rotate the strike. Good spin bowlers.
If you can't read the wrist spinner, resort to reverse.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
वो मेरे ख्याल नहीं बाल ठीक है एंड तरह ठीक है एंड बस तो समझ में आ रहा है तो ठीक है मारेगा इधर हो जाओ ये सिंगल करिए शूटिंग है अच्छा इसको से पानी ए ये रहा थोड़ा सा बस
Another bowling change, wrong by the Pakistani captain, brought back. Right arm leg spinner. He's looking to wrap up this innings quickly. Rizwan. He's aware of the fact that partnership down the order really import them the first ODI.
It's definitely a conversation that would have taken place over the last day or two. Zimbabwe in a very similar position, and then unexpectedly reaching Guevara put them under pressure. Skipper wasn't happy with the way his bowling skill sets were executed, and Zimbabwe gave a comment on that this morning in his pre-match interview. They said they just relaxed a little bit, stick to the game plan like they should have. It's a nice thing about a tour like this, you get an opportunity to correct it straight away.
Apologies, it's Simon Yu. Thought it was Rizwan. Plenty of options for the Pakistani captain in this lineup. His style of bowling is suited on a surface like this, making sure the fielders are in the right position. Rizwan.
Something that I'm picking up in our in-ear microphones is that Rizwan, the skipper, is a lot more vocal today than he was a couple of days ago in this period. Really trying to get his fielders involved, making sure they're on the single, paying a lot of attention to the angles, create some dot balls. Right this time, it's found the gap. Easy 2 runs for Bennett. Zimbabwe 118 for 5 after 24.
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
वो क्या कर रहा है ये देख लो पाव का करे तो अंदर जाएगी बाहर करेगा तो बाहर जाएगी अब तेरी मर्जी है
78 dot deliveries tell you
अगर आउटपुट से भी करेगा
that the bowling has been disciplined.
शाबाश अच्छे बॉल हो रहे हैं आपके
A small little partnership is brewing. It's 23 deliveries. Good to see youngsters flocking in and enjoying a bit of cricket.
And imagine that conversation, the teacher saying, you're allowed to cricket, you go to cricket only if you've done your homework.
Maybe it's a scoring sheet.
It's either that or the young man has figured out that I can stay longer at the cricket if I bring my homework with. Then I don't have to go home at 2 o'clock to go do my homework. So well done to the young man. It's not a scorecard, there's a bit of spelling bees going on there.
There is protection. So what would you call it? Would you call it homework or groundwork?
You need to do both, I suppose. Bit of groundwork to get the homework done.
Good work being done by these two batters. Stretching quite well. Going on with the job quietly. Is not comfortable Bennett whenever the left armer has bowled on that line.
To the offside. Finding the inside edge of Bennett's bat. To the leg side. Something like that. That angle Minutes playing with fire here. Looking to the offside with the ball turning in to that gap between bats and pad can get him into trouble.
And for the first time, bowled the wrong gun. And he was lucky to get away. 119 for 5.
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Yeah, a few good overs in this innings of Zimbabwe. But they have lost wickets regularly. And that has hampered the progression of this innings. It was left arm wrist spinner. Fielded that one. And how about this one? He's been anticipating a wrong run for a long time. And when it arrived, he was not ready for it.
Yes, buddy. Yes, Abbas.
That sheepish look, both deliveries said it all. Going the wrong direction, making room to the leg side, and wonder what he was waiting for.
Well done, Tayyab. Good bowling, good bowling. क्या बात है? इधर राउंड चेंज करना इसके लिए जरा।
Doing nicely. Yes, yes, eaten up quite a few deliveries.
मैं चोरी करूंगा मैं चोरी करूंगा चोरी
Has to help Sean Williams. Feeling good now about his batting, the rhythm and the timing.
बंद करो इसको बंद करो बाद में लगा
That's close, that is close. Give it.
Just saying that Williams was rebuilding with Bennett. Needed Bennett. Knocked him out. He's going to leave it to Bennett. First wicket. So Mayur just was this. That's what Williams was hoping for. But that replay shows us that it was a good call by the umpire. Williams has to go back for 31. Zimbabwe 121 for 6.
सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसराइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
जैस के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Brendan Mabuta is the new man in, replacing Sean Williams. He's been picked up by Simon. Has some promise with the bat. Well, not the first time he's been dismissed, taking that option of reverse sweep. He thought there was a scratch. That delivery was too full. Gone for a reverse sweep. Made a mistake. away for it. Successful over from Saima Ayub. It's 122 for 6 Zimbabwe.
Sense 9 and Pat Ke Dost.
Brush karo, brush karo, brush karo. Brush karo din mara.
Sensodyne kids in the must go because of the charm.
Cavities doon pagay. Nakuha is strong.
All day long.
Sensodyne and Pat Ke Dost.
This round, this time around, they give up wickets for a special place. Shot left. Slightly deepish. Point dropping to the boundary just to provide some protection, but it's all about the slip and the short leg. Engage will be today. That he maybe went away instead of thinking what others could have done better. He's probably looked at himself and said, how could I have led the team better when we were on the back foot? Certainly come out today with the game plan, engaging, talking, encouraging. He's more animated and more vocal today. Urging his players to stay with the game. Making sure they don't go complacent. Then it turned into the sweep again. It's going back to Rizwan. Being a keeper and captain at field role sometimes can cause you to be a little bit quiet because later you're thinking about bowling changes and game plans and you forget to play that vocal part and encouraging. Just a little inside edge there. And sometimes you can't just be too vocal and just chat and then forget about your job as captain. The bowling sequence is creating pressure with your bowling changes. So far today, I've got to say, he's got that balance spot on. Yeah, when you get the best seat in the house as a wicket keeper right behind the stumps, it makes the job easier. You're in a better position to make the right calls at the right times. About today, Ahmed opening the bowling, so they also did some homework on the surface. It's turned to more spin from the get-go. That just broke the rhythm for the Zimbabwean batters, and it's been changes to regular effect. That's been brilliant again. Faisal's been dangerous. He's soon getting his first wicket for Pakistan. So those decisions have been supported with the bowlers executing their skills really, really good today. Yeah, the bowlers have responded well to the captain's call. Not so by the Zimbabwean batters. Nicely bowled, nicely bowled. From a one wrist spinner to another wrist spinner, let me show you what I've got. Got the one that turns away, sir. You have not picked it. And you can see there's a wry smile there. He's enjoyed that. That's Faisal Akram. He has challenged every batter. Faisal Akram. Very impressive. It's 125 for 6.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन सिर्फ 60 सेकंड्स में आराम देता है। मैं रेकमेंड करती हूँ सेंसोडाइन रैपिड एक्शन का रोजाना बाकायदगी से इस्तेमाल। पेशेंट्स वापस आके बताते हैं इट वर्क्स।
There'll be a big effort to get to 232. Need a big partnership here to get there. It's not going to be easy because there is another bowling change effective. This time around, yes, it is Abrar.
More marshalling of the troops. Rizwan once again proactive. Wants a 45, maybe a straighter line from his bowler. The extra man on the leg side. Has to attack the pads and the stumps of Uta.
Yeah, he has realized, Rizwan, that it's going to be very difficult for Mabuta to work the ball through square on the offside. That's why he has removed that fielder and put it at short fine leg.
Smiley cake, this smiley. I'm good with it now. Smiley.
Fun.
La biscuit.
Tira. Huh?
Princess.
Beef with it.
That's how the princess.
That's it. That's all it is. Eh? Eh?
were talking on here earlier. It rates for about with batters. Yeah, That ball's probably come off the bottom edge of the bat as opposed to the middle.
Good bowling. As his foot's behind the line again.